Welcome to Survivor NSFW. Jonny Fairplay, episode 3. Survivor winners at war. Oh, man. What a doozy tonight's episode was, man. And I am stoked.
Dude, I'm honestly sitting there, leaving that final challenge, and we'll start the beginning after this. All I keep hearing is Parvati. And I'm like, and I look over at my daughter Piper, and I'm like, they haven't shown Parvati this episode. There's no way they send home Parvati and Parvati gets no airtime.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, Parvati's not going home.
Yeah.
And then you see the setup, and it's like, okay, well, it's either Parvati or Adam, but it's got to be Adam.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck, editors? I mean, tell us the story.
I know. I mean, that's one thing I was saying earlier in the episode. First of all, I really enjoyed this episode. I'm really digging, dude. Jeremy. Oh, yeah. There's so much stuff I'm digging, but as far as alliances go, watching Michelle Fitzgerald play this game in a way that we didn't see her play necessarily on TV her first season. She's out to prove that she's a Survivor player. And even watching her in that challenge, that was very close. She's just doing a great job, in my opinion. And her and Jeremy are smart. And it just seems that, obviously Adam's pissing a lot of people off, but I think, Michelle and Jeremy wanted to break up that whole deal.
They wanted to break up the triad, and
yes.
Adam spilled the beans on the Parvati plan.
Yep.
And I think that they realized that Adam had something with Ethan and Boston Rob, and if you're going to get rid of one of the two of them, Boston Rob is stronger. Keep him for challenges.
Right. And I, quite frankly, dude, I mean, as much as I love Ethan, just as, watching him his first time and seeing his journey and all the cool things he's done, especially, you got the hat on, the grassroots soccer program. I'm an Ethan fan in general, but watching him play Winners at War, I don't know if, you noticed this, I'm sure you do, but he seemed like a deer in headlights. Even at the tribal council, he just seems out of his element. And
I think a lot of that's shtick.
You do?
Yeah, I think Ethan's amping it up for Ethan understands TV. So I think he got out there and decided that was going to be his character. And I think he was a little less deer in headlights in reality than what he was throwing off. Because I felt he was in the loop on just about everything.
Well, do you think that, obviously a big downfall we see when Ethan goes to Edge of Extinction at the end of the episode, when, scenes from the next episode, and he's like, choosing to align with Boston Rob and Parvati wasn't really a good idea. Now, you being an old school player, okay, in the grand scheme of things, you're out there playing a legend season with old school and new school players. Is Jonny Fairplay somebody that is going to be all about that old school, or do you think you would be playing a more just open-minded game because you're friends with everybody, obviously, like you're in the scene now because obviously of Survivor NSFW. You and I both go to a lot of charity events. You've been in the game for a long time, but you're well connected with people like War Dog and just people from all the seasons.
Are you trying to say that the guy whose picture I have behind my head, that I'm friends with that asshole?
Yes, you are. But I'm just saying, dude. So how, do you think that you would be someone that would go with old school players or new school players?
I would go with the players that best suited my game. I mean, I think it's no secret to anyone that has seen us together. Like, Sugar is one of my best friends. Mm-hmm. In real life, and from the Survivor community.
Okay.
I would never align with Sugar. And I would tell her, I wouldn't even, it wouldn't even be me, blowing smoke up her ass or pulling the wool over her eyes or any colloquialism you want to throw out there.
Yeah.
Like, go back and watch Gabon. The only person that had her back, Ace, is the first person that she had the opportunity to send home where she wasn't at the Sugar Shack. Mm-hmm. She sent home.
Right.
She plays a very heart-based, zero logic game that does not align with the way Jonny Fairplay plays Survivor. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I consider Sugar to be old school, whether I think she would qualify for a legend season. So, subtract friendships, subtract old school, subtract new school. It's the players that I feel align with the way that I play the game is who I would play the game with. Because I just play a logic-based game. I'll work with someone that I absolutely hate as long as I know how they play the game.
Okay. So we see now, though, 3 out of the 4 people on Edge of Extinction are old school players.
Yeah.
We have Amber, Danny, and Ethan. Now, obviously, their tribe has kind of gone to tribal. I mean, Boston Rob's gone to tribal, I think 3 out of the 4 times now.
Yeah.
But do you think that's going to be a consensus moving forward? I mean, do you foresee Boston Rob, Poverty next on the chopping block? Because in my opinion, I mean, Adam is looking like a totally loose cannon. I think the writing is on the wall for Adam Klein, in my opinion. I think there is no way that anyone can trust Adam Klein.
He's playing forward. Too reckless. Playing way too reckless.
And I respect
too early. Too early to play that. I mean, I see the game he's playing, and it's not mine. It's not like I play a different game than him. Right. But I don't have a problem with the game he's playing. Like, as a survivor and as a student of the game and as someone who I think knows the game, that game works.
Yeah.
Just a little bit later.
Yeah.
There's no reason to do what he did tonight.
No. And I think, I respect that he's like going for it. Like, because he had a lot of confessionals. He's had a lot of airtime. So props to you, Adam, for like, you know what? I'm gonna play this game my way, but I think that, like you said, he's playing too hard, too fast, and
too early.
And he's saying things that he shouldn't be saying. I know, like we started at the beginning of the episode, Johnny, and he's not afraid to call out, Boston Rob, and then he's talking with Denise about, making these plans about voting off Poverty. And, Denise is kind of wanting to make some big moves. Like in her confessional, she's like, I want to play this game. And I don't think she's someone that's really on the radar. I mean, there's a lot of people that are just prior to Winners at War starting. I thought, man, this person might be a huge target. And we see some of these big name players, man, still in the game. Totally not really even brought up as an option. Yeah. But I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Well, speaking of targets, speaking of winners, speaking of Winners at War, I'm holding up a buff right here. This is courtesy of our good friends at Buff. Check out the final moments of their 40% off winter apparel sale going on right now at buffusa.com. Thank you, Buff. This is the blue buff. This is the red buff. These will both be available if you go to one of the next 2 Survivor live shows we have coming up in Durham, North Carolina next week, next Wednesday night, March 4th at Durty Bull Brewery. And then March 11th, my birthday, I will be in at the Wine Loft in Long Branch, New Jersey. But not only do I have those 2 buffs, I have courtesy of Tommy Sheehan, the winner of season 39, the limited edition Final Five buff, Teaching Time with Tommy, hashtag Big Red. Thanks for the support. Love Tommy Sheehan, and also signed on the buff, Tommy. What a great sport. I don't think, other than disgraced and shamed winner Chris Underwood, have I ever been meaner to a winner in my entire life. And thank you, Tommy Sheehan, for making those buffs extra special. So join me live, Durham, North Carolina, next Wednesday night, March 4th, and March 11th for my birthday in Long Branch, New Jersey. I have a ton of survivors at each of those. Tickets available right now. VIP will sell out. Jeez Louise. There's a very few left for each of those. Mm-hmm. And I will be joined March 1st. Well, tickets available at survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. But in Durham, North Carolina, next Wednesday night, March 4th, I will have Elaine, also from Edge of Extinction, Molly from Edge of Extinction, Dr. Allison from David vs. Goliath, Church Boy Keith from Island of the Idols. Or no, sorry. These two are from Island of the Idols.
Dude, don't ask me.
Okay. Edge of Extinction, Church Boy Keith.
Yes,
Jane Bright from Survivor Nicaragua. Jeremiah from Survivor Cagayan. Elaine from Island of the Idols. Molly from LA. So I think it's like eight castaways are going to be there joining me live. Get tickets now at survivortix.com. And then in March 11th, on my birthday, I'll be joined by a winner at war, Michelle Fitzgerald, proving game tonight. She will be there along with, well, I might as well say it. I bet Nick Wilson, winner of David vs. Goliath. He'll be joining me March 11th in Long Branch, New Jersey. And look for some other castaways joining me there. Potentially 4 winners.
Wow, that's awesome.
And once again, tickets available at survivortix.com. But you too could have been a winner tonight if you had downloaded the Frenemies Challenge app on your phone. Frenemies Challenge is the only way to get rewarded for being able to predict what happens on your favorite reality show. It's so easy too. I play Frenemies trivia games every morning right before checking Instagram and rolling out of bed. Actually, I'm skipping Instagram because I don't want to see what happened on fucking Australian Survivor All-Stars from the night before I can watch it. So I just go straight to Frenemies Challenge and make my picks, a few taps, and I'm entered to win up to $2,000. Today, I got my picks in for what? Survivor. $250 on the line, 10 easy questions, and it's totally free to play. And when you win, you get the prize instantly. Where has Frenemies been all this time for reality TV? Well, some of your favorite contestants, personalities, and influencers like me, Jonny Fairplay, writes the questions that you play along with your friends on the Frenemies app. Check in on the Frenemies leaderboard, compare scores with friends and other fans, a prize pool that is so spread out that lots of people can become winners in each contest, thousands in prizes every day. Finally, an app that rewards your reality TV addiction. There's no other app like it on the planet. None, not even close. That's Frenemies, Frenemies Challenge. I have the app. It's easy to play. Matt Bischoff, he joins me in playing. So download Frenemies right now in the App Store or Google Play today and play these trivia games like the reality TV guru that you are. Again, that's Frenemies in the Apple app or Google Play Store. Frenemies. That's Frenemies Challenge.
Right on, dude. So look, man, we see Adam Klein making multiple, in my opinion, kind of mistakes here.
Well, at first he's woken up by a leaf by Boston Rob.
He is.
Would you be cool with that? Because like I'm sitting there, I visualized this, and prior to Survivor, I was Roddy Piper's personal assistant.
Yep.
And the rule with Roddy, like I had to go, like I lived in Venice Beach. I had to drive to Burbank, and I'd go to the edge of his bedroom and yell. I go, and hailing from Glasgow, Scotland, this guy that wore a skirt who never beat Hulk. He goes, God damn it! And he, If you touched Roddy Piper while he was asleep, he would throw a punch. He would punch and then open his eyes.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
I was praying that laying beside Adam Klein was Roddy Piper, and Boston Rob had that leaf. That's all. That's all I envisioned.
Adam did look a little irritated by that.
Oh, I would not have been cool with that. Would not. Are you? All right. So this comes into play later. How insane is it that these motherfuckers are just sleeping on the beach? Could you imagine not sleeping in a shelter?
No.
Ever.
Yeah, I know. Well, on my season, some people did sleep on the beach.
Yeah.
But I wanted to sleep. There was a lot of rats and crazy stuff on Cherbourg, and so
I've talked to several people that have played the game in Fiji since it's been there the last, I think, 44 seasons. My math might be off, but many of them have said they slept on the. And I'm just like, no way, Jose.
Well, yeah, I mean, you saw one footage tonight. Someone sleeping. There's a spider right on their face on a buff. You know what I mean? There are, there are wildlife.
Well, I mean, there's spiders a foot up, but
yeah,
still,
right. Yeah, totally. So, we see Adam, he tells Ethan basically about the idea of voting out poverty.
I didn't get why would you do that? I mean, I understand playing both sides, but I'm just like, that's like, those three are thick as thieves.
Yep.
Like, maybe if you want to test one of them for loyalty, you tell one. But I mean, he starts the episode by telling Ethan and then later tells Boston Rob. So it's not even a loyalty test.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
he's just running his mouth.
Yeah. So, because Ethan, obviously, Ethan's like, I trust poverty 100%. And I just think that was bad move on Adam's part.
And prior to that, we get a flashback scene that we did not see last week, in which Adam gives back the other half of his idol to Denise. So she is now in 100% control of that idol. Right. Another bad move.
Well, yeah, I know.
I mean, like if you give me half an idol, Matt, and where's thick as thieves? Yeah. Like after that, I'm just like, well, cool, man. I'll hang on to this other half that idol that you gave me because it's real cool. You gave it to me,
right?
I mean, I just think like when you get those like French, like the girls have the friendship things.
Yes.
Like it says like B Fry and Saint Ends.
Yeah.
I just think it's like our friendship necklaces.
I know.
I'm just going to hang on to mine, and you hang on to your. I mean, I might need yours, but like I'm still going to hang on to mine.
Yeah,
and
man.
You hang on to. You let me know. I mean, I'll have mine.
Yeah, that's hilarious, dude.
But why? I mean, why would you give it? It's just like, hey, here you go. Let me just make as many mistakes as one person. Like the difference between season 40 Survivor US versus Australian All-Stars. I just saw possibly the worst game a single player has played on one episode ever in the history of the show, and his name is Adam Klein. Episode 3 of Australian All-Stars, I saw the greatest mastery of an episode in the history of any Survivor on any continent ever.
Right.
Flawless. Not one mistake.
Wow.
So that's the exact opposite.
Yeah, so I want to talk about Sandra for a minute. So your good friend Sandra Diaz-Twine, she actually says, she's retiring after this season. I don't blame her.
Retirement.
Hold
on, Matt. Now, we don't know how she does. She might be sitting back with $4 million right now. We don't know, or potentially sitting back with $4 million at the end of May. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Or she might still have the $2 million that she's already won, because I don't think she's spent any of that. So,
right.
But if you're telling me season 50, they call up and say, hey, old Sandra, there's a lot of challenges you could be sitting on that bench for.
Oh, yeah. She's gonna be coming out of retirement like Motley Crue, dude.
Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted.
Oh, yeah. She's coming out. She's going to be like Motley Crue.
The No More Tours tour.
That's right.
She's doing the next one, though. Okay. All right.
So we see her go fishing, Johnny. Like, she's like, you know what? I don't normally do this kind of stuff.
I normally don't do anything. So let me do a little bit.
And so she actually puts out some nets. And I don't know if that's something, did you ever see her do anything like that in the past?
God, no. God,
so do you think it's something that maybe her and Boston Rob were doing last season that she learned that trick? or you know what I mean? I just have never seen that
Well,
out of Sandra.
we had a fishing net on Pro Islands, but we didn't have a moving waterway like that
Yeah,
that would
right.
catch fish. So like I studied when I went back out, because I didn't have any waterways like that on Pro Islands, but when I went back for Micronesia, I was hoping for something like what they had. And so like, I read books on how to build the traps and all that. And then once again, I had just a flat canal with no water movement.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, so no. So, I mean, if Sandra's played, 12 times.
Mm-hmm.
So in 12 times, I'm sure she's done preparation each time.
Yeah.
In that if there were a situation like that, she would be prepared for it. That situation finally presented herself, and she's smart enough to. Her adaptability is amazing. And truth be told, and it literally pains me to say this, I'm rooting for Sandra, right? I mean, like she's not my. If I had to pick one person to win, she's not it.
Yeah.
But I don't want her to go home, right? Like, I mean,
she's entertaining, dude. I mean, she's entertaining. She's fun.
Piper's looking over at me. She goes, "Are you really not rooting for Sandra to go home?" And I was like, that's my enemy right there. But that's my enemy.
Yeah, right.
Like like Tyson's not. I didn't play with Tyson.
Yeah. Right.
So if the battle lines are being drawn between Tyson and Sandra. Mm-hmm. I got to go with my enemy.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and looking at it is Sandra Diaz-Twine the most dangerous person in the world by doing nothing? Potentially. But I think Tyson's pretty fucking dangerous.
Oh, he is. And you'll even notices that.
Yeah.
Like, cause when you see Tyson and Yule, they're kind of like, oh, we're open for voting out Sandra, but Yule's like, man, Tyson's really the, I don't trust that dude. You know what I mean?
And I think Yule decides that he likes Sandra's net more than he likes Tyson not having a net.
Yeah,
it's just like given the two options.
Right.
I like Sandra's net, and the last time I checked, Sandra that's her net, so I'm going to go with her.
And in her net, dude, a shark was caught.
A baby shark.
It was a baby shark. That would be good to eat on Survivor. And so Tony Vlachos picks it up like, yeah, I got this shark. And it starts like wiggling around, and he starts freaking out, saying, in his confession, like, I thought it was going to bite off my arm and stuff. It's like, could that shark have really done any damage, you think?
I mean, minimal, but yeah. I mean, Richard Hatch, he got bit by a shark on All Stars, and he got where it bit him. He got a shark tattooed around that.
Oh wow! Okay, wow.
Yeah,
cool.
So, but
someone says Richard Hatch, shark bite in All Stars. Tony's a pussy.
Yeah,
I just thought it was funny. Tony's reactions. I love that Tony reacted like that.
I love Tony. Tony Vlachos is the comic relief to this season. Every scene he has the potential to steal, he does.
Yeah.
He's so likable.
He is. I like Tony, man. And honestly, like I liked him his first season with the Spy Shack, second season, not so much. And he really is hilarious this season. And this season would not be what it is without a Tony Vlachos. You know what I mean?
It's great. So and we do have the the exchange with with Tyson Yule and then Yule to Sandra, and smart move by Yule by having them at each other's throats.
Right. Yeah.
Because when you have that chaos like that, shit tends to work itself out.
Yeah.
And you can be an innocent bystander on the outside watching that.
Yeah.
And that's once again, this tribe is playing so much better than the other tribe. And this play, look at the way Yule's playing the game versus the way Adam Klein's playing the game. Night and day.
Right. Oh yeah. And the thing is, like when we see Sandra finding out that Tyson is bringing up Sandra's name, she
Oh,
is pissed.
she's ready.
She's like, no one. Yeah, you don't come after Queen. You really don't.
I once again, like the Sandra that I grew to not like over the years.
Yeah.
I think with her back against the wall this season, that it's just, I don't know. There's something about her this season that I'm just like, gosh darn it. God, I like Sandra.
Yes, Jonny Fairplay says it.
I know.
You like Sandra. That's the beauty of this season, man. So do you love Sophie at this point in the game?
Honestly, if I had to choose someone to play a puzzle with me, that she's my number one pick.
Yeah, dude. I tell you what, dude. We'll get to that, but yes, she did great. So
you want to know how to get better at puzzles?
Yes, I do, because man, I have always loved all the puzzles on Survivor and thought, why doesn't somebody come out so I can play some puzzles with my kids, Jonny Fairplay, or my friends? If you and Lex and Big Tom or somebody come to my house, we want to have a couple cocktails, me and Lex, and see who can build a puzzle the fastest. We now have the deal. If you go to survivorpuzzle.com, and what it is, dude, any fool can climb a wall or crawl through the sand. But as every fan knows, Survivor challenges are won or lost at the puzzle, which you saw tonight, very close on this tree puzzle. So the most successful players are puzzle masters, and you can be one too. Perplexers Puzzles creates handmade miniature replicas of many of Survivor's greatest and most challenging puzzles. So find out if you have what it takes by visiting the Perplexers Puzzle store on Etsy, or simply go to the website survivorpuzzle.com. And there's many different ones to choose from. They're reasonably priced. On top of the great craftsmanship and reasonably priced pricing, Jonny Fairplay, you can use promo code FAIRPLAY at the checkout for a 10% discount. Now, I cannot wait to get my hands on one of these. And if you're thinking, people, about going on Survivor, there's many things you can do to prepare. Changing your diet, going to the gym, doing endurance and swimming and this and that. But the puzzle is something that is hard to master, and maybe not a lot of people can get practice on these type of puzzles until now. And you can do this. What are your thoughts, Fairplay?
Actually, Matt, I'm going to wow you here.
Oh, my God.
I am watching Survivor Winners at War, but I at the same time, not, literally at the same time, but during the week, I am watching Australian Survivor All-Stars.
Yes.
There's a gentleman named Nick, who actually I slipped into his DMs last night, and I said, I still haven't decided if I like you, but you're playing quite a game, and I just wanted to give props where props were due.
Yeah.
And he is known as the puzzle master. Wow. And there was a challenge the other night, and he literally made this puzzle like the other team just stopped and they're just like, it's done. This guy, you can't beat this guy in a puzzle.
Yeah.
Well, guess who Nick talks to? Survivorpuzzle.com. Australian Survivor and US Survivor has been recycling puzzles for years. They're using the same fucking puzzles. So these replicas that they're making at Survivor Puzzle, Nick has gotten one of these replicas in the past.
Yeah.
That was the fucking puzzle he did on Australian Survivor, the same one.
Wow, that's fucking crazy. Hell yes.
Is that nuts?
That is super nuts, dude.
So he's sitting there doing the puzzle. It's just like, I've done this puzzle 200 times at my house.
Yeah.
So you want to go on Survivor? Yeah. Swimming laps, great. Running miles, great. Getting your diet down, great. Going to the gym, great. All that stuff's great. You know what's really great? Doing the fucking puzzle at home before you even go there. The puzzle last week that made Boston Rob look like a shit stain is available right now at survivorpuzzle.com.
Yep. And you right now can get 10% off using promo code Fairplay. So listeners, go check it out and get yourself a puzzle. I want to mention something, Johnny. So I have my notes here in my podcast studio area. When we did our Survivor Winners at War draft special.
Yes.
And I just noticed that I noticed that Ethan's on.
Yeah.
And Danny Boatwright were on your list.
Pick. Yeah.
Are gone.
Yeah.
And whose horses are in the race? Matt Bischoff. We got Sarah Lucina, Wendell, Kim Spradlin, Sophie Clark, Jeremy Collins.
Well, if we've learned anything from watching the season 38 Edge of Extinction, we know you only have to play the game for 12 minutes to win.
Dude, oh my God. Well, so I want to talk about Edge of Extinction. Now, I previously have not been a fan of Edge of Extinction, okay? And I really, though, for this particular season, am fine with it. I think Natalie is dominating the Edge of Extinction time, dude.
She's Piper's pick to win. She is loving. If you are not sitting at home watching Natalie and rooting for her, you're a bad person.
I love her, dude. First of all, she's a freaking CrossFit beast. Yeah. I mean, if you saw I remember seeing pictures of her from her first season with her sister, the Blood versus Water.
Yeah.
And then now, like, damn, she's a beast. And I really love her on Edge of Extinction. So I
think she's getting hotter by the second.
Yeah, she's dope, dude.
I mean, Danny Boatwright aged about 10 years and 2 days on Edge of Extinction. And before I get the mean comments and tweet me at Matt Bischoff on Twitter, and also send pictures of your super hard dicks to at Matt Bischoff on Twitter. Ethan Zahn has aged 40 years and 15 years. Okay, so I call out both sides. It's fine. So. Yo Kwan's still as sexy as ever. Oh my God, People Magazine had that right, didn't they?
Oh. Well, so we see, Danny Boatwright goes fishing. She goes spear fishing, like your good friend Rupert catches a little fish. Was that about the size of the fish Rupert?
That was the size of the majority of the fish that Rupert brought back.
Okay,
like we refer to them as aquarium fish.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So she actually catches a fish, and then so they each have this little, clue kind of thing. It's a picture of a tree.
Well, real quick, how cool was that funnel of fish swimming past her?
Super cool.
I mean, have you ever seen that? Like, I've seen.
I mean, the only time I saw it is when you and I went to Hearts of Reality, and we went to Discovery Cove, and we're like that stingray, but that wasn't out in actual. God's creation. That's a man-made thing.
But we saw a very micro version of
that. Yeah, it was cool. So here's the deal, man. They go up to the top of this hill where these really cool, like white-looking trees are, and there's this like combo lock with numbers and stuff, and they're trying to figure out. Natalie's not trying to really give too much information. She kind of plays dumb on everything.
She's so good.
She is. She's great. And then in her confessionals, it's just, I love it. So we see Amber.
I think production is loving having her there.
Oh, it's making Edge of Extinction cool.
Well, but I like beyond that, I think just as a personality, she's just fun. I mean, like, I'm sorry, Amber and Danny are dullards.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
They're bringing I mean, like, I think production's gonna be happy that Ethan's over there, unless he dies next episode, which I hope he doesn't. I have to put this hat on eBay.
Yeah, right. So Natalie's killing it, and Amber, she kind of runs away to try to. She realizes there's these numbers down on the beach, and maybe that's a clue to something. But
they're not.
They're not. And the cool thing is Natalie remembers the shell necklace deal and how there's a pattern of numbers of shells. Goes and figures it out. Bam. What this is a steal a vote advantage that she can basically sell for somebody's fire token, and this turns out to be pretty cool and pretty risky, and I love how this all plays out on the episode, Johnny.
All right, so we see her get the steal a vote, and in my notes I just write she's so likable, like 18 O's. I mean, I love her. Like she's so fun to watch.
Right.
On this edge of extinction, and so we go back to the Red Tribe, and there's Tony still telling the story of the shark, which what appears to be hours later. Right. Is what makes me so happy that Tony's still telling the shark story to the people that were there that saw the shark thing go down.
Right. Oh, yeah. I know.
He's like, and then I go into it was crazy. And I'm just like, they know.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, oh, no. But then I grab it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
So, man. Yeah. But she does. Natalie offers the steal a vote to the one person that she knows has successfully used a steal a vote in the past.
Right?
How freaking smart is Natalie to choose her?
She is doing it's amazing. I mean, I'm loving it. So we find Officer Sarah.
Did you remember that at that point? Like, when Natalie has the decision to make, were you like...
No, I didn't right away. But I mean, as soon as like Officer Sarah started obviously saying it, it's like, bam, it all comes back to my memory. It's amazing gameplay on that part. And Sarah, she opens up her bag. She finds this deal where she has to go to the other tribe's camp at night. Okay, something we saw, Boston Rob, Sandra
so poorly done by Vince last season of Island of the Idols.
Yep. So
that was the biggest epic fucking fail of any of those fucking challenges because he had to come back with fire. And he didn't even get close to the fire, and he just puts it in there like, oh, good. I'm like, that wasn't good enough, asshole.
No. So Sarah decides, you know what? Normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm going for it. This is Winners at War. I'm gambling, and I'm like, I'm cheering at the TV. I'm going,
same here.
Hell yes, Officer Sarah. Yeah. So she ends up getting with Tony Vlachos and
yet another amazing scene for him.
Yeah, spitting on some clay stuff or whatever to rub it on her face. I mean, is that really going to help?
No
camouflage. I mean,
I think it was Tony's dumb idea, and Tony's so great because he's spitting in ash to get it wet to put it because it's not sticking. And the best part is she spits and just the sheer pressure of the spit blows the ash into her face and out of the.
Oh yes,
it was an epic fail of immense proportion, and I loved every second. I'm just like, this is great. I love this.
Well, someone just said in our chat, it says the coincidence this episode was shown on Ash Wednesday as Tony was putting the dirt on Sarah's forehead. That is pretty ironic. It was funny. It was entertaining. And, it was a risky move, but I loved how it played out. You see Sarah gets dropped off by a boat. She goes, it's pitch black. And, Ethan was kind of like tending to the fire right before she got there.
I am curious on the edit of that. I mean, we didn't see in the same shot.
Yeah.
Sarah arriving on the edge of the camp and Ethan laying down in the same shot. So I'm thinking that was a little creative in that, there could have been 30 minutes time difference.
Well, let me ask you this. So we also
see Ben.
Yeah, so we see Sarah like saying, I was 10 feet away and there was this dude sleeping. And you saw Ben kind of look around.
Yeah.
You think that was just editing too? Or do you think he really was? Because it had to be kind of noisy I mean, dude.
Yeah, I think Ben. I mean, because think about it. This hasn't been mentioned. I don't think ever on the. I know it hasn't this season. I'm trying to remember back on this last season. Did you know that Ben served our nation's military?
I did not.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it might come up, but
it does. He starts talking about bunkers at tribal council.
Well, he's having a flashback. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I think someone with a military background, they would probably be a little more sensitive to things going on around them like that. So I would not be shocked if that part was legit and that Ben did sit up, look around, not full spectrum and not see her.
Right.
But the Ethan thing, I mean, listen, it doesn't matter one way or another. But if I'm editing the show, it's not hurting anything by showing Ethan laying down 1 second before.
Yeah. No,
so it's not like they're not CGIing fucking, an explosion. It's not a lie that changes anything. It just adds to the suspense of the moment.
At the end of the day, we're watching a TV show. There's people that are old watching this show, and there's people that our children are watching the show. So
that creative license is fine.
It's great. So
I thought it built to an amazing scene, which, as I said, was the 180-degree opposite of that fuck shit that Vince did last season.
Oh, I agree. So we go to, so it was awesome. Sarah finds that she now has the steal a vote advantage. She gets it. She's successful.
Love it.
It's next is challenge time. It's immunity. It's reward. And your good friend, Sandra Diaz-Twine, sits out yet again. How many times has she sat out? Like, I thought you had to switch up who sits out. I can't keep track of this shit. We're only in the third episode. I mean, the first episode was a double boot, but Johnny, she how does she sit out every time?
I don't know that Jeff has explicitly said the same person cannot sit out back-to-back challenges.
But typically that's what happens.
That is the things that said. And another thing that stood out to me right there, excuse me, when they come in for the challenge, they bring in the red tribe. The red tribe's there, and then they blink, and Jeff goes, "We'll bring in the blue tribe." Danny, last person voted out, and no
one said anything.
I was so angered because they typically don't, because Jeff really doesn't open it up for comment. Mm-hmm. And on the Australian Survivor, it's just like, so and so voted out. And someone will say something, from the other tribe. They're just like, typical, or I can't believe that. And then the tribe that voted them out, they're like, yeah, and here's why, motherfucker. And it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And well, there's so good.
Sometimes there's a reaction like, Amber is a person that got voted out. It's like pans to Rob. No one made any emotional, no one really seemed to care about Danny Boatwright getting voted out.
I don't think most people
even know
really knew her.
Yeah, they don't. I mean,
so
they don't, man. So Sandra sits out. This challenge is kind of like you got to run through this parkour type thing. You got to dig a ladder out of the sand.
And there, I knew it was over. Who knows more about ladders than anyone else?
Tony Vlachos.
Tony Vlachos is the master of the ladder. This fucking contest was rigged for Tony Vlachos. They're just like, hey, just fucking work in a ladder. The red team wins.
Yeah, but you know what? Jeff Probst made he's like, and Jeremy Collins like a firefighter climbing up the ladder.
Yeah, because he doesn't know about super ladder.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
If he knew about super ladder, he would have been like Jeremy Collins climbing up like a firefighter that doesn't even know what a super ladder is, so he can't even compare on any level. Well, that's what he would have said if he had known.
He would have. And the thing that was funny in this challenge is when you go up the ladder, you get a rope that's got like a wooden ball attached to it that you have to then toss up and land the ball in this metal groove where you can pull it down to lock in place, and then you scale up the wall.
Sure.
Dude, Boss Rob was sucking.
Oh my God.
They gave it to Ben, and Ben was like,
Oh, Ben got tangled up like a fucking kitten in yarn.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So no, when Wendell first got the ball with and I came there, I'm just like, motherfucker, right here is when you make up for the ring toss.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yep.
And he did, and I jumped up out of my seat and Piper jumped. We were so happy.
Yeah.
So like this is a very Wendell friendly house here.
Oh yeah, Wendell was killing it, dude.
We were so proud because I like it. I mean, I just thought that loud, when he went head to head with Jeremy with the ring, I'm just like, this is his, and it wasn't.
Right.
And this made me so happy. And even with the puzzle, you had
that's what I'm saying.
You had Sophie and Sarah were the engineers, but Wendell the entire time was like, no, they are there. I mean, why is Wendell not doing puzzles?
I don't know.
I would have Wendell and Sophie. I think that'd be my 1-2 punch.
I'm thinking maybe Wendell is playing it cool, like he doesn't want to look like this challenge beast to his tribe. I mean, I know the whole point.
Or look like a loser like Boston Rob.
Right, because Boston Rob, Michelle, I mean, honestly,
they brought it back. And I've gotten so many fucking comments in the last week that, Boston Rob was great at challenges okay, that's great. Or at puzzles. Okay, I apologize for saying that Boston Rob isn't the greatest puzzle person in the world. However, if I had a choice of Sophie or pretty much anybody except for Nick from Australian Survivor, I'm choosing Sophie to do my fucking puzzles for me. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I think Sophie did a fucking 8-hour podcast with Boston Rob. They played fucking Risk and puzzles and shit. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't do an 8-hour podcast because you're not good at puzzles.
Right.
About puzzles.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a cool puzzle. I'm wondering if our Perplexers Puzzles is going to do a replica of that puzzle. That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. And we've seen it before.
Yeah.
I love that is not the first time that puzzle has been in play.
So it was a really, really close challenge. DeCall wins. I don't know about you, Johnny. It was like when I played Survivor, the tribes were Goda, who I named my dog after, and Bikal, Bikal. And this is DeCall. So we got DeCall and Sele or S-E-L-E. I don't even know how the hell you say it. I always say red and blue. Sorry, listeners, but I'm having trouble with the freaking stupid tribe names this season. But
I think most people are going with the red and blue this season.
Yeah.
Well, not only, but before we move on, not only did they win immunity, they also won chicken kebabs and a table grill. And let me be one to tell you, I have won the table grill on Survivor. On Pro Islands, we won that. We won it with a spice rack and also these huge steaks and lobster. Best reward ever. Mm-hmm. And that fucking table grill is a fucking game changer. Mm-hmm. So that changes your ability. I mean, because, instead of cooking fish on fucking sticks and losing half of it in the fucking fire, once you don't lose any food.
Right. That's awesome.
Huge.
Yeah. So it's day 9. We're back at camp. The losing tribes, Sele or Sealy or whatever the hell you want to say it. You got dramatic music playing. They're panning around the tribe. Everyone is sitting around.
It was Cowboy Showdown music.
It was, and it was like
crazy. The old Wild West. I loved it.
I did too.
Like honestly, they on the musical score of tonight's episode, they fucking killed it.
They did, and I loved it because it shows. I was kind of wondering before the season started, Johnny, if the season was going to start out like that. Like, is someone going to be afraid to make a move? Well, we see that right now because they know they're going to have to go to tribal, and everyone's like, they're all winners. They all know how they all know how to play the game of Survivor, and they don't want to be the first person to get up and do something. But Jeremy Collins is the first person to get up, walk away, and he knew Ben was going to follow him. But it was intense, man. It was an intense moment because no one's talking, moving. It's just they're panning. They're seeing everyone's kind of make their eyes and stuff. And we see Ben, he wants Poverty out. And then we see Adam talking to Boston Rob, and Adam, for the dumb time again, tells Boston Rob, let's vote out Poverty. And Boston Rob's kind of like playing it cool to Adam, like, oh man, like you're putting.
I mean, if it's got to be one of us, I appreciate the heads up,
Yeah, but directly afterwards, dude, we see a confessional with Boston Rob, and Boston Rob's like, dude, are you freaking crazy? Like, do you know who you're fucking playing with, dude? I am Boston Rob.
Well, I like he called him out. Like, I will give props to Boston Rob with this. So it's just like he goes, I know this dude has watched every episode.
I know. And again,
Boston Rob hasn't, but Adam has. He's like, hey, this nerd right here has, and this nerd should know me.
Yeah, I mean, props to Adam for kind of trying to go for it and play this wild game, but dude, he's playing too fast, and it's I think it's a bad move.
Well, as I said, you pick one.
Yeah.
You pick one as a loyalty attempt.
Yep.
Even or pick none. Yeah. None is the correct answer. If you're me, who do I tell of the three? None of them.
No, I'm trying to see on our. So Adam Klein was Phil from the Survivor Specialist pick.
Yeah.
On it. So, dude, Adam Klein's digging his own grave. So he made a big mistake, dude, because, Rob goes to Michelle and Jeremy and tells them that Adam told Rob about the Parv thing.
Yeah.
So Michelle and Jeremy, man, like we see them just playing this calm, cool, and collected, strategic, intense,
still pissed.
Out, still pissed, but they are playing a game, dude. And it's a beautiful thing. Adam's in trouble. Going into tribal council, I'm thinking like, man, like what's going to go down, because should they vote out somebody like a Poverty? But like you said, Poverty hasn't had much confessionals or airtime really much at all. I mean, there's been some kind of like,
well, not tonight. I mean, like I think it's if you watch the fucking 40th anniversary or 40th season, look back, you learn real quick who Survivor loves. Mm-hmm. Survivor loves Boston Rob. Survivor loves Poverty. Mm-hmm. Survivor loves Jonny Fairplay. Survivor loves Russell Hantz.
Right.
So, but when Poverty goes home, you'll know it
because you'll have a ton of confessionals.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm just like, there's no way. I'm just like, I guess it's obviously Adam.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. I mean, it seemed like the obvious choice. We go in to tribal council, and Adam again is, throwing Poverty under the bus, saying, man, she's a huge threat. He's mentioning Boston Rob's statue.
I did like that. Boston Rob does not like people talking about the statue.
He does not. I know.
I wish someone mentioned the statue every fucking 20 minutes out there.
Yeah. So,
hey, Rob, how's your stupid statue doing?
So I know what he's trying to do. It's like he's pointing out the fact that they are legendary players.
Yeah.
Trying to take the heat off of Adam and put it toward those bigger legendary players. However,
who are controlling the game.
It's
who up until those votes are read tonight had been controlling the game.
Dude, all I know is when I'm watching Tribal, I don't know if you saw this, but
how cool is that Tribal? Do you love that?
I do. Here's the beauty
with the skull thing.
It is beautiful, and it was so cool. Like my son, my youngest son, Cannon, he's always asking me questions, and he's talking through the episode of, like, it's really cool.
I would have him removed from the room.
But no, he's not talking like that.
I'm kidding.
I know, but I know what you're saying though, because sometimes I have to say, shut up, dude, shut up. I got to do a damn podcast. I got to hear what's going on.
Piper's still outside on the front porch right now because he was talking during a commercial, and it like it was for Call of the Wild. I'm really excited about that movie. I think it's gonna be good. So I could.
But he was asking me like he's like, damn, what was it like in when you went in the little area to vote? Like, what was that area like? And it started making me think about just like you were saying, the whole landscape of tribal council, the trinkets, the art department. There's so much that goes on to make the television show Survivor, and the people that create the challenges, the people that the art department, etc. It is awesome, and I love everything about this tribal council build.
Real quick, my tribal council on Pearl Islands was done by the guys that did the set design for Star Wars Episode 1.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
And so like the whole, like I'm just like, how fucking cool is this? The motherfuckers that did possibly the worst Star Wars, but still the motherfuckers that did Star Wars did my tribal council.
Oh yeah, but
I thought when you said that your son had asked you remember when you did the tribal, I thought he was going to ask, remember the days when you were always ready to go.
Yeah, that's right, dude. That's right. I tell you what, I'll be 46 in April, and your birthday is coming up when you do your live event. Dude, sometimes you just need a Blue Chew, Jonny Fairplay.
Listen, you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Like, if it ain't working at all, you want this. Yeah. But even if it's working and you want that, like you got in fourth and you want that fifth gear, this is your fifth gear, brother.
Yeah.
This is what will take you to the finish line and have everyone around the track going, woo! Burn that shit out, brother. Burn it out. Do some 360s. Let's see it.
Dude, well, tell our listeners, Jonny Fairplay, because you don't want any, awkward, doctor visits, etc. Our listeners right now can get free Blue Chew. You just pay the $5 shipping. How do they get this amazing offer?
Well, you go to bluechew.com. That's blue like the color blue. BLUECHEW.com. Use promo code Survivor, and it's free. We're giving away super hard dicks, so hard a cat couldn't scratch it. Look, Blue Chew is the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra or Cialis, so you know they work. Take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And since they're chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill, so you can be ready whenever the opportunity arises. Look, it gives you extra function. It gives you more confidence where it counts. This is the easy, fast way to enhance that special time in your life. Look, prescribed online, shipped straight to your door in a discreet package. No in-person doctor, no waiting at the pharmacy, no awkwardness. Made in the USA. It's bluechew.com. Use promo code Survivor. It's fucking free with $5 shipping. Get yourself a super hard dick. Send that picture to @Matt Bischoff on Twitter. He loves to see it in his DMs.
Well, I tell you what, along with a super hard dick, Jonny Fairplay, taking a Blue Chew, you got to look your damn best, right? Sometimes if you're too freaking hairy like Rupert with, or, that Ralph dude with the hairy back, you have to trim yourself today. Okay. This is not days where you go to the urinal and you see freaking like piles of dudes' pubes all over the urinal seat, which is fucking disgusting. You have to manscape. And there is a product right now by Manscaped. You can go to manscaped.com. This is your pubic service announcement. After more than 18 months of research and development, the Manscaped engineering team has confirmed they have successfully created the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created, Jonny Fairplay. Okay, and I tried it out.
Are you talking the Lawnmower 3.0?
I am, dude. It's waterproof. I took it in the shower the other day. I've been letting my chest hair grow and stuff and just haven't shaved in a while because I wanted to give the proper test. And I personally did it. I swear to you, last night. It is awesome. And we've been talking about Manscaped for a while now, dude. You know, we used to use a lawnmower 2.0, but now it's a lawnmower 3.0. It's premium, dude. The battery will last up to 90 minutes, so you can take a longer shave. Not that anyone's gonna really spend 90 minutes shaving. Come on.
But
I mean,
I was at a 80s 90s party Friday night,
yeah.
and someone came. They're just like, "Hey, I was listening to your podcast. Do you really use the lawnmower 3.0?" I was like, "Yes, I use the lawnmower 3.0." And my other buddy's just like, "Is he goes, you talk about that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "What exactly?" I'm just like, "It's a ball trimmer, you know."
Yeah, right.
And I was like, "But it's got quiet stroke technology, which I mastered at the age of 13."
Yeah.
And it doesn't nick your ball. And he's just like, "Motherfucker, where do I go?" And I'm like, he goes, "It looked like I killed a small animal in the shower." He goes, "I was trying to shave real quick." He goes, "The girl was on her way."
Yeah.
He goes, "One little nick of the balls, blood CSI, Dexter could have done blood spatter analysis after this."
Oh, yeah. And right now you can get 20% off plus free shipping with promo code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com, manscaped.com.
And
your balls will thank you, dude.
And 2 free gifts. You get the Shed travel bag. That's a $39 value. And the patented high-performance anti-chafing Manscaped boxer briefs. This is in addition to 20% off and free shipping. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code SURVIVOR. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job. That's manscaped.com. Use promo code SURVIVOR. The tribe has spoken, and it's time to manscape.
Hell yeah. So Tribal Council, dude, before we even see who goes home, I was watching Ethan, and I know you're kind of defending him, saying, "Oh, he knows what's going on with TV. He seemed completely clueless and out of his element in Tribal Council. When Jeff asked him a question, to me, he's like a deer in headlights. He's like, "Oh, I can't really think too far ahead because I need to make sure I'm here first in order to think too far ahead, blah, 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 blah." The moral of the story, dude, is the older players seem, not all of them, but some of them, Danny Boatwright, Ethan, that haven't played, seem a little bit out of their element. However, Yul Kwan has seemed very smart.
He's the head of the element. I mean,
dude, going into this game, I was like, Yul who? Like, I didn't care. I liken Yul a lot. And Jeremy Collins and Michelle, smart move. At the end of the day, Rob is pissed because Ethan goes home. All right. Adam looks completely like, holy shit, just like what just happened. And
because that wasn't his plan.
No. And
Adam, he got votes.
Yep, he did. So Adam's in big trouble. And then we see, so it's sad to see Ethan go home, but Ethan's like, you know what? I conquered cancer. Edge of extinction is going to be nothing. I honestly would have liked to have seen a lot more of Ethan on Survivor. And we don't know what's going to happen next week, Jonny Fairplay, because something happens. I don't know if someone gets bit, someone gets injured. Is someone going to get medevaced from Edge of Extinction? Who knows? But, man, great episode. I want to ask you something, too.
Well, people are saying in the chat, it looks from the previews that they're not going to do a swap next week. And I'm wondering if their hands are tied on a swap because of the Edge of Extinction format. Yeah. Because the way the rule is now, whoever gets the is it the tribe that loses, or was that only for the first one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Witchcott didn't lose, and Natalie gave it to Sarah. So maybe that is how to play then.
Yeah.
The
Right.
first one, it was only to the one that, because I was wondering if they were bound because if they didn't want to, say, hey, the tribes have changed. Here's the new people, and that's a little convoluted. So it's just like you had to remember who was where. But no, if she gave that to Officer Sarah and they didn't lose, I guess it's a free for all at this point.
Yeah, I think
So there's nothing that's tying their hands to change the tribes. However, I feel like Boston Rob and Parvati, in spite of the vote, in spite of the numbers, are still in a good spot, and I think production likes them still in a good spot.
Oh yeah, I do too. Now I want to ask you: we have not seen the Survivor auction in a while.
I did. I saw it this week on Australian Survivor All Stars, Matt. It was great.
But with this season, dude, what is like? Do you think we're going to see a gross food eating challenge or an auction or a rites of passage or something of that sort because this is a winter season? Are you predicting any of that?
I don't need rites of passage because they're all on the edge of extinction.
Yep. Right.
Like there's no reason for me to have a look back if I can see them.
Yep.
They're still in my peripheral.
Yeah.
I mean, people I understand what Jeff said, but I mean, I just watched Australian Survivor All Stars. I saw an auction item go up. I saw one person that some would say foolishly used their tribe's money for their own purchase.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it was a thing. I mean, it influenced.
Don't tell me any more details because I haven't seen it.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
But yeah, it was like
Jeff saying that it's anticlimactic and nothing happens and everyone that's not true because I'm watching motherfuckers playing the most amazing game of Survivor I've ever seen in my life, and the auction's there, and it was detrimental to the game.
Yeah,
and well, it was detrimental in a negative way for one person
from a strategy point of view.
But for production wise, it was just like, whoa, here. So I understand the pros and cons. The ultimate pro is the fans love it.
Yeah. So
bring it back and let's. If it fails again, then
they got to bring it back for Winners at War. Bring it back for this season. It's the 40th season.
Right? We love it.
Bring it back for the fans, dude. I mean, come on. Because there's going to be people watching this season that haven't watched in a long time. Because
they like, what happened to the food auction?
Yeah. You got, so yeah. So another great episode, Jonny Fairplay. One thing is like, man, with all these great players, this happens a lot on returning player seasons when there's a lot of big personalities. Man, we haven't really seen, Nick Wilson much this episode. Kim Spradlin, we didn't see at all.
Oh, Nick Wilson tweet. Someone asked Nick on Twitter why production isn't showing him.
What did he say?
I guess because I sent home Boston Rob's wife.
Dude, it's crazy because when I'm looking at the list of players, we don't see a lot of we see nothing from Nick. Kim, and we have more from Natalie Anderson. We saw a lot of Adam Klein. We saw some, everyone kind of had somewhat of a confessional. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of Ben and funny stuff from Tony. It's a great season. I'm excited. So Jonny Fairplay, next week, where can people find you?
I will be in Durham, North Carolina at Durty Bull Brewing Company. VIP, I believe, starts at 6:30. General admission 7:30. VIP, you get a autographed Survivor buff. You get autographed pictures. You get premium seating. You get a meet and greet with the survivors beforehand. Zane Knight's going to be there. Jesus Christ, Zane Knight in a rare public appearance.
Yeah.
Tickets available at survivortix.com, that's survivortx.com. The following week, March 11th, on my birthday, I'll be joined by the lovely and talented Michelle Fitzgerald from Survivor Winners at War. We're going to be at the Wine Loft in Long Branch, New Jersey. That's going to be an awesome show as well. Potentially 4 winners on hand at that show. And if you haven't, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, rate us 5 stars, do all that fun stuff, but give our Patreon a try. For 1 month, you get our weekly Q&A show, which is by far our favorite podcast of the week. You guys supply the questions. We supply the answers. Unlike Richard Hatch, we're 90% honest.
We are.
No, we're regrettably 100% honest.
Yes, that's right.
And you'll hear some stories that neither one of us should be telling. It's great stuff. Go to patreon.com/Survivor NSFW. Try it for 1 month. Actually, the links for everything, including t-shirts, in which you order a shirt, you get a phone call from me, Jonny Fairplay. New shirt dropping tomorrow, Matt. What does it say? Dude, you suck today. It looks like the dude where's my car poster.
Oh yeah. I saw you post that.
Well, that I posted in the secret Facebook Patreon group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, dude, you suck today drops tomorrow at JonnyFairplay.com. It is an awesome shirt. It's available in blue and gray. Don't forget, with every t-shirt purchase, you get a phone call from me, Jonny Fairplay. And starting tomorrow at JonnyFairplay.com, use promo code MADNESS, 20% off every fucking t-shirt. Get your Michelle shirt. Get your Parvati shirt. Get your Tyson shirt. Get your Yule shirt. That's what I'll be ordering tomorrow. Get your Dirty Harry Australian Survivor shirt. I'll also be ordering that tomorrow. I'm very excited. I am ordering a bunch of fucking t-shirts tomorrow. Order this shirt. The Survivor Supreme shirt. How cool is that?
Yeah.
So go to JonnyFairplay.com. But links to everything is available at SurvivorNSFW.com. That includes tickets to our live shows, everything. I can't wait to see you guys in Durham. Can't wait to see you guys in Long Beach, New Jersey. And more information coming on the finale and where we'll be for that. It's going to be a great time. Thank you so much. Try Patreon, get a t-shirt, and join us live.
We'll see you guys next time on Survivor NSFW. Thank you, everyone, for your support. We love you. Cheers and good night.